Okay, well, I was hoping Vasily Fisk and Chernenko Metaphysical Investigators was going to come through, but he's not, so I'm going to present some information for you on a story that we are following. I'm Harry Weaver, your local reporter. I'm wearing my see me hat, and you'll know that I haven't bought, well, I have bought quite a few new hats, but this one has been worn from time to time. See me, and you do see me, so it's kind of a juxtaposition. One of the stories that I've been following for, well, let's say middle of last summer is little planes. Little planes, and I know they had that movie Trainspotting. I am into plane spotting, and the way this came about was I was very interested into seeing stars in the middle of the night, and I got my binoculars out, and I got way out of this city to cottage country on the shore of a large lake, and I stayed up all night with my binoculars looking at stars on clear nights and looking at the moon and looking for UFOs in particular. Did I see them? Yes. And it was kind of a thing I would do any night it was clear. Even in the city, I would go to lookout areas and look to see if anything was weird. And was it weird? Yes, I saw from time to time things that were like, maybe that's weird, or maybe it's just high humidity and that star looks just kind of weird coloring, or it just doesn't seem, well, that's what sometimes it was just, I thought it was humidity and it wasn't as clear as it could be if it was dry. But I did see odd things, and one of the odd things I saw way out in cottage country in the middle of the night was little Cessnas. Everyone knows what a Cessna is. It's a single engine, small private plane. Very small. I don't know if they're 2-seaters or maybe 4-seaters, but they have one plane and one propeller. And in the middle of the night, flying over my friend's cottage where I was staying, 5 little Cessnas flew right over his cottage in the middle of the night. There's no airport there. There weren't seaplanes about to land. They were just flying over repeatedly in the same path from the lake over the cottage and out into the forested area out behind. And I was looking for UFOs, and what I got was Cessnas. So even today in the middle of the city, I see Cessnas and I look up and I say, how are these related to UFOs? And I know that little planes fly on what are known as racetrack patterns. In other words, they just go around in a pattern, kind of a grid, circular grid around an airport area, depending on, I suppose, the wind maybe. So maybe that's what they were doing in the city. But out in the rural area, in the cottage country, there's no explanation I have got for why I would see these things. What UFOs did I see? I saw one of those triangular-shaped UFOs. Aurora Astra, sometimes they're called on the internet. And I saw some other ones that are just too kooky to explain. But I still watch, and when I see little Cessnas in particular, sometimes they fly. Yesterday they were flying right over my head, and today not so much. And then yesterday I saw a military jet plane fly, and he flew right over me, which was kind of cool. So plane spotting is what I do, and I still don't know what it means. Oh, the other thing that I pay attention to is Well, when I was looking at the Cessna, wondering if there was something significant with it, I heard a siren. Now, some people would call that schizophrenia, but I call it an anomaly, a curiosity, and maybe it is just nothing at all, just a random coincidence. But I like to look at these random coincidences because of the idea that every human has the potential of being a mystic. A mystic is someone who looks beyond the mundane world for the supermundane world, the world of the spirit. And if you look that way, either you get called a kook and a schizophrenic and a train spotter, or you're incredibly dull and boring and mundane and you have nothing interesting to talk to people about on your YouTube channel. So I am still trying to figure it out. And definitely saw a lot of weird things in the sky last summer, and now I'm seeing these planes that are, anybody else would say it's just a plane flying over a city. I don't know who these wealthy people are that own these little planes and go sightseeing. I don't know anyone with one of these planes to take me up for a plane ride, and it never comes about. But there goes one right now. I don't know if you can see it, but there goes one, just flew just fairly close by. Now this is a flight area for airports, so it's not unusual to get planes here. So does it mean something or not? Well, for me, it's cute. I guess I'm a plane spotter. I'm incredibly dull, aren't I? I'm Harry Weir.